If you're sick and tired of birds and other animals eating your fruit that you've spent months growing and really looking after, then maybe, just maybe, this video's for you. I'm going to show you exactly how you transform an old battered trampoline that was destined for the skip into an absolute brilliant walk-in fruit cage. So watch to the end and you'll see exactly how I do it. What you're looking at here is my soft fruit bed. This has got everything in it, from gooseberries to red currants, white currants, black currants, strawberries, raspberries, and a load of different berries in between. But I don't get to eat any of them, because every single year, as soon as they ripen, the birds come down and just decimate the place, and I don't get to have a look in. They come out as soon as it's light, take them all, I come down, they've all gone. So last year I built this frame. I thought I'll put a frame around it, I'll put a net on top, and that'll protect it. And it did to an extent, but it was a pain. I had to keep taking it off, I had to keep putting it back on again. I had it all weighed down with bricks, and one day even a bird did get inside, so it felt really bad. I managed to release it, by the way, but I think mice were still going underneath it. Something was still taking the fruit. So I've decided now is the time to build myself a fruit cage, a proper walk-in fruit cage. It'll have a roof on it, it'll be much more protected and much more easy for me to look after this. Now, I do know it's a bit overgrown, so it needs a bit of a tidy, so I'm going to get on with that, but I've come up with the greatest, most ingenious idea for a fruit cage. It is repurposing and upcycling an old trampoline. I'm going to use the trampoline cage to go around it with the netting, and then that should protect it from the birds, and then I just need to put some kind of roof on top. But I'll be able to walk into it. It should be about this size, I'm hoping. So let me show you what I've got. Okay, so I managed to pick up an old trampoline. It was on sale for Facebook Marketplace. I picked it up for a few quid. Family were getting rid of it. I went down, dismantled it, and I've taken it down to the plot. So these are all the parts of the frame. There's the legs, and there is the actual inside part. That's the bit you bounce on, which obviously I'll be cutting out because I need it to be open in the center of it. But that also contains the netting, which goes around the side. So I've got to connect it all up, and then I'll be able to cut out the middle and hopefully pop that straight on top. So I'm going to start building this now. Again, it won't need the legs on it, but I'm just going to keep it all together for now to make sure I can put it where I need it, and then we'll be able to slot it on top. Okay, so the base is now built, and that's let me see the exact size of it, which I think is going to be perfect for what I need, because I want it to go over the raised bed or the soft fruit bed, but it does look rather big. So as mentioned before, these legs will come off and I can take them off there, but for now I'm just building it so I can see what it's like. Then I'll take them off at the end. I might regret that, but I think it's going to make it easier for me to maneuver whilst it's built. So I'm going to put the sides on next, I think, and then build the inner bit to go with it. So it will look like a full trampoline before I take the membrane off the middle, so that that can then just be picked up and slotted on top of that. Right, this is now coming together nicely. You can see the sheer size of this trampoline, but we come round to the bottom, you can kind of see, so over here where those blue rings are, that is my raised bed. And I do want this fruit cage to be bigger than the raised bed. There we go. So that's going to go over the top of it, but without obviously the membrane, but just to show you how it's all connected. The netting, which is here, is connected to these springs, which are all held together. So I'm just going to cut out this section, well, the whole section in the middle, which means that the netting will still be connected on. So that's the next job. each of these posts, you can see where it's going to fit onto, and hopefully, if the rest of it goes according to, well, if it goes as if it goes together the way it has so far, I should just be able to slot them on. I've got these pieces here to attach on the inside of that netting, and some more of those which it just sits onto. So hopefully that will go up. I'll show you in a sec. Trampoline is now all built, and now it's the time that I've got to do something that I don't really feel comfortable doing. This is a great trampoline. It could still be used as a trampoline, but I did get it for one purpose and one purpose only, and I knew this moment had come. I've now got to cut out the actual bouncy inside bit, because that is where the plants are going to grow from inside. Then I'm going to take these legs off, but first off, I'm just going to start cutting it. So I've got some sharp secateurs that should do it, and I've also got a knife to get me going. As I say, it's going to be quite sad doing it, but this is what I bought it for. So let's see how we get on. If you're wondering what all this is, it's actually my sycamore tree behind me, which has dropped all of its seed pods. Anyway, let's make the first cut. I don't want to go too close to the edges because that's where the springs are held on. But if I literally just go about there. No going back now. Okay, that's the bouncy membrane removed. Just obviously show you in here. That is all out now. There is my cage taking effect. I think I'll just leave this as my door for now. I will end up opening one of the sides up, and then the piece I've taken out, I think that could be used as some good nice weed control fabric. So I will put that back to use again. So now I'm just going to take off these legs. Hopefully they should either just come straight out, or I think some of them have got screws in, which I should just be able to knock out. Either way, it should be fairly simple to do. Okay, I'm going to try and get these legs off now, just taking all the screws out. I'm hoping I can just lift this up. They'll fall off. I'll go around and do the other side, but that might be easier said than done. Right, I'm going to start with this side. Right, that one was quite easy. Two off. Now time to try the other two. No jobs ever go this easy. That seems to have been much easier than I thought. Now I've got to try and get this over the top of that. Okay, so I was struggling. It is too heavy to do it by myself, but what I've thought is, if I basically prop this side up with some wood and using the legs, because these are going to, see then, that is the end or the top of each leg, which is going to stop it sliding, and using a bit of almost gravity to help me. So if I lift them off, the only thing that needs to slide now is this piece. So I'm going to get inside, lift that up, and then just try and push it that way. Once it's over, I've only got to go about 1.5 meters, and then I can just drop it down. I really don't want to drop it right in the middle of this, because I've got a lovely gooseberry bush growing right in the center, and there's the raspberries, red currants, strawberries and everything else in there. So I've got to really try and be careful. Once this is over the top, it does all need a good weed and a clear up. But for now, it's just to try and help or stop the birds eating all my fruit. Right, and I will fix that bit as well. That was 10 times harder than I thought it'd be, but it's on and it's in position. Here is the final thing. Well, I say the final thing, I've still got to put the roof on, which is going to be some of those blue pipes, and then put some kind of mesh on or some of that thin wire. Anything that's going to be lightweight, not going to get blown away, not going to damage it, but it is going to stop the birds from going in. As we know, this is fruit cage to stop the birds. If I leave the roof open, not a very good idea. So that is still to do, but I think for now I'm perfectly happy. So I'm just going to get in. This door is temporary. I'm going to put a bigger one on, probably around that side, so I can just walk straight into it. But for now, it's absolutely perfect for what I need. Here we are inside. Hopefully you can still see me in here. This does need a good weed. It does need sorting out, but I'm going to have it so I can walk up through the middle and then all my fruit bushes around the sides. So it does make sense that I'll put the door on the back here, and I am hoping you can see me through this mesh, but the sun's getting through. It's actually even more protected in here. Really, really nice for these plants to grow. I am made up with this. So I'll just take you inside. Okay, so this is the zip for now, which does seal shut. But as I say, I think I'm going to put another zip on the outside. So let's get in. Okay, this is the view from inside the new fruit cage. As I say, lots of things need weeding in here, but we have got plenty of little gooseberries. These are the red gooseberries that you can eat direct from the bush. They go very sweet. You don't have to cook them or do anything with them. Wait till they go red or a nice dark purple, and they're beautiful. Likewise, we've got some nice raspberries starting. These are the yellow ones, but there's early raspberries, there's late raspberries, there's tons and tons of red currants, which haven't quite turned yet, but they will do soon. They're one of the first things to go when the birds, or should I say, the birds get those first. Then there is also strawberries down here, which if I can manage to weed a lot of this, will really let some more light in for those strawberries. Right, I'm absolutely made up with this. Didn't quite expect it to go as well as it did do. I know it was a bit of a struggle trying to lift this up and get it over by myself, but I did it. If you like this kind of thing, if you like watching what you can do down your allotment, from upcycling, DIY projects, just recycling in general, if you like the idea of a trampoline becoming a new fruit cage, then please give me one of those big likes, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.